Greetings, everybody. This is Nancy Anahita Aurora. This is weekend vibes for May 25th through May 28th, Memorial Day weekend. I am plugging away and I've finally gotten to Sagittarius. So, hey Sagittarius, how are you doing? I am a Sag as well. Hope that your weekend has been amazing. And I've pulled a lot of cards that definitely show that there's a lot of really great stuff happening here. So let's dive right in. Your cosmic influence, Sag, for the weekend is Jupiter, Jupiter return and benefits. And I feel like this is not necessarily Jupiter return, but a nod from our ruling planet that we've put in the work and spiritual cultivation, spiritual tests and initiation this past year with you know, Saturn Saturn transiting Sagittarius for a full year. So as a result of that, I feel like we're getting a validation now from Jupiter that we have done a lot of work and it's time to reap some of the benefits of that work. For Friday, the Prince of Cups came up, which is, I think we're going to a new level of experiencing our emotional depths, and I think that's a process of developing trust, and it's not like we can just kind of throw ourselves into that because we are actually sensitive creatures, we Sagittarians, and even though we're fire signs, our emotions are really big. They're really intense, and I think for that reason, we have trepidation around emotions as they come up, or emotional clearing. And so I feel like there's like a new layer of experiencing our emotions, and maybe self-love, and you know, some really important healing around emotions is coming up. So I feel that started activating for us as of Friday. Ten of Pentacles reiterates the reaping of benefits of Jupiter, Jupiter's card. So Ten of Pentacles is, you know, that's the wish fulfillment card in the tarot. It's like one of the most wonderful cards you could get. And so some really fortunate things are starting to activate for you, Sagittarius, as of Friday. And I think that's just working right through the entire weekend, and a feeling of completion and a feeling of inner riches. And it may be that you're seeing that manifest in your world in terms of you know, financial well-being or physical well-being, or something with your career. And the 10 is the end of one cycle and the beginning of a new one, but a real sense of like bounty and blessings. You're really feeling your inner riches. You're really accessing your inner riches. The 8 of Wands, here it's the rods. 8 of Wands is, you know, that's our fire sign symbol. And so I think, you know, there could be lots of positive communication socially, in creative projects, maybe, you know, career-wise, networking type stuff over this long weekend. That kind of stuff can be coming through. But I also feel like there is psychic downloads coming through. I feel like very high-level spiritual downloads have been starting to come through since Friday. The 9 of Wands also came through, and I kind of feel like this is a sign about the divine masculine that has been sort of feeling defensive, putting up a wall, and it feels like that feels really old, and that feels like a burden. That's really feeling like an old tired story in an old tired cycle. And I feel like that you know, not ability to trust yourself or others, and you know, replicating the story with the wounded masculine and how there's a reason not to trust. I feel like it may be showing up one last time, but also it's going away. I feel like, you know, 9 of Wands is the end of a cycle, having to defend against certain things. I feel like, you know, the wands are that alchemy, that transformation. I feel like there is a transformation around our relationship to the wounded masculine, whether we're male or female, and how that defensiveness is going away and melting away. And that, because it is an old tired story, and as that dissolves, something better is coming into play. For Saturday, we may have been feeling a little bit burnt out, a little drained. Sagittarians do tend to be very, very giving and generous on all levels, and including emotionally. So it's really, really important to stay in alignment with your spiritual practices and self-care. So that's something to be mindful of this entire weekend and, on a regular basis. The Six of Rods or Wands, that's again the fire sign, also was the qualifying card there. So I think that though there may be a tendency to overgive or overdo or feel a little burnt out, that there's also Sagittarius is a dualistic sign. It's the centaur. It's part human and part animal, and there is a balancing. There is a still trying to get a handle, but getting towards success on managing your energy and not overdoing. For Sunday, we've got the Two of Discs, which is the change card, and it's the lemniscat, which is the symbol of protection. It's balancing our masculine, feminine, receptivity and active principles, giving and taking. We've got the snake with the crown upon its head, which, I think it's Kundalini Shakti activating for a lot of us as fire signs. I think we're having a lot of spiritual energy, pervading throughout the entire weekend. And I think there's a lot of really positive change coming in terms of our physical well-being, our health, our sense of, our inner riches, our inner well-being, our self-esteem, our self-worth. I think this has been a really great weekend to get in touch with that stuff. The other card that popped out was the Temperance card in the Thoth Tarot, and it's really a card that is showing this inner alchemy of, your yin and yang, your active receptive principles, and really coming into grounding your very integrated, empowered, masterful, most masterful self. That's really coming to you at this time. To further qualify that, I pulled a couple of additional cards, and I got the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups is, that we have many, many options, and, Sagittarius is interested in so many things, and it's, they have lots of interests, and so I think a lot is coming up that you're intrigued by, and there's a lot to explore right now. And I don't think you should pressure yourself to have all the answers about what exactly you're going to do just yet. Give yourself time to process, and get clearer on where you want to best invest your energy. The Eight of Cups also came up, so you're putting something behind you that no longer serves you. It could be an old story, it could be a relationship that's caused some pain. Something has caused pain for you, Sagittarius, but you're also really successfully putting it behind you. It's still a work in progress putting it behind you, but you are doing it, and it's that pain and sadness is moving further and further out. And so continue with this integration stuff and self-care, because it's working, and you're coming into a greater sense of wholeness, and the things that don't work are really successfully coming to a closure with you. The Strength card also came up for you, Sag, which is often attributed to Leo. Of course, there's a lion there, and this is the Divine Feminine, which is unconditional love, like Kuan Yin or Mary, all different aspects of the Holy Feminine cross-culturally, the one and the many, and it's the compassion for self, the gentleness, the non-judgment that we come to ourselves with, and that's what extricates the thorn in the lion's paw, the fear, the part of us that wants to, run and hide from what's painful. So that Strength card is activating. We are starting to really cultivate inner strength, and we're being present and working through our fears very consciously and compassionately. We're working with our inner kid dynamic. We're healing the past. We're transforming, reparenting ourselves. And that is how we get to this place of inner strength. And it's with love. It's not with force. It's with compassion and non-judgment, and holding space for ourselves, and then we become an example for others. That's how we truly heal, is by the light that we embody. And that's really what a lot of what the fire signs are really meant to do, is it's the energy we're embodying, that spiritual light. For Monday, the guidance is to sit with yourself and to meditate. Okay, and that's pretty clear. Your spiritual practice is sacred, and it feeds you. Sagittarius need that downtime, and so do not lose track of that during this long weekend. Because there's lots of socializing and drinking and all kinds of things, going on, there's a lot of psychic phenomena. There's downloads. As I mentioned on Friday, there was the Eight of Wands, and I feel like there's been spiritual downloads happening right now with a lot of the planetary transits. So cleansing and sealing your energetic field, I think, is really, really important for you to maintain. Make sure you're doing those practices every day, because as people with a lot of spiritual light, that can also attract low vibrational stuff from other people. And it can drain you and make you not feel well. And so it's really important for you to not take on other people's stuff. It's really important for you to continue to clear and seal and protect yourself psychically, so that you can be, continuing to feel well. And you've already been through so much this past year. It's your time to be well and to receive the blessings, and not take on the burdens of others. I feel like you are accessing, or you're in touch with someone from your past, or there's a connection of someone from your past, or there's something that nurtures you, and I feel like it's a beautiful relationship, a beautiful connection. It's actually a beautiful, really sweet and innocent connection here. It's really lovely, and it looks like your inner kid is connecting with someone else's inner kid, and it's really sweet, it's really lovely, it's really innocent, and that could be your own inner kid healing, and it could also be reflected out in your real world relationships with someone from your past that you're resonating with, and you're having a lovely connection with, and that it's mutually healing for you and that person. There's also this active principle of downloading. This is the Magician. Something new is coming in. It could be something new coming in with this connection. Something downloading that is new, and it's that bringing in the spiritual into the, your physical incarnation, your physical experience. Maybe that thoughts and intentions are actualized in the physical. So that I think that there is some kind of connection, that something new is coming from that. It's just beginning, but I think it's going to manifest into something something more real or concrete, or somebody's taking action. Like maybe you're going to make a date, or maybe you're going to decide to connect in a more real way. Something like that, I think. Know that also you're going to be called to some really deep transformative healing. The goddess Nephthys is working with many of us. If you like the Egyptian tradition, she came through for me today. Going into the chamber of healing is going into our depths. There may be some work to do, some transformational work to sit with and embrace. And I'm getting some soul retrieval stuff might be coming through for some of you. Some, with the Kundalini energy, clearing our chakras, with that strength card, opportunities for deeper levels of spiritual light and integration are coming. Some of you are accessing the Merkaba. Some of you are really channeling the ascension energies. You're really tapping into 4D, 5D, and beyond. Some of you really are working actively with the Merkaba, and there are different kinds of Merkabas. I have an energy healing system that brings in what is called the Crystal Rose Gold Merkaba. It is very, very specific for healing and integrating Divine Masculine Feminine and working at cellular DNA healing, microcosmically, macrocosmically. It gets applied that way. It is not for remote viewing. It's not for bilocating. It's not that kind of a Merkaba. It's more about healing and integration. So some of you are tapped into that. And then the qualifying card that came through is, again, the Justice card. Setting things right, things that have been out of balance in your relationships or in your life, health and wealth are coming back into balance, back into wholeness. Yeah, it's like things are getting fixed through spirit. And so there seems to be some like full circle moments and some healing and some rectification, aha moments. So I feel like in general for you, Sag, some really good stuff is happening this weekend. So I hope you found this helpful. Please share, like, subscribe. Thanks for hanging out. And if you'd like a personal reading, please get in touch at motherhoodoflight@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook at Anahita Aurora, or you can also look for me on the Groundings store on Facebook or Groundings Tribe. Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure to share this with you. Have a great weekend. I'll see you around. Bye for now.